E te whānau, kua mutu te KŌNAE tuatoru. We hope what was shared has been of value to you.
In this KŌNAE, we heard about the mind shift required by some organisations to ensure that whānau voices are listened to, so that services and programs are not designed in isolation from the community that they're intended for.
Elena shared her journey into home ownership and how the whānau self-selected who would be part of the urban papakainga. We also heard about Te Mauri Moi Moia, an IT platform for rangatahi that explores the aspirations of tauira in the wider context of their whānau and hapori.
If you are in a wānanga setting, this might be a time to reflect on how whānau voice is being amplified in your rohe. Māori mā, if you feel you are not being heard, what are some ways to amplify your voice?
In our next KŌNAE, we'll discuss the topic of interagency relationships benefiting Māori. But before moving on, here are some parting whakaaro from our speakers.
When you do capture whānau voice and you have framed it up, go back to whānau. Have them validate that this is exactly what I said. This is exactly where we as whānau want to head. Because I can tell you from experience, when whānau hear their words back to them, they feel listened to, they feel heard, and they feel important.
I guess the challenge is act on whānau voice. Getting it's easy, but if you want to be accountable and responsible to it, then ethically you've got to do something with it.
Yeah, the key to amplifying whānau moi moia for our program was being brave, I think. Being brave, trying something different.
We hear it all the time. You know, Māori knows what's best for Māori, for Māori, by Māori. Hey, sounds great when we hear it. Let's start actioning it, you know. So for our government, I think, you know, turn your maps off. Start listening to the people. Hey, kia ora.
Or just do it, pretty much. Like, just engage with whānau, make sure that you're authentic to it, and be honest about that. Tika, pono, aroha. Just do it.